Okay, let's see how quickly I can do this, because everybody's getting in and I'm late. As a note, Kale will be on hiatus. I think that's how you say that. Kale is taking a break for a while. Robin also is, so they will not be here tonight. The main thing is that inside this creepy tower, Acodo went to see the Archmage, who is a lich, and I guess they had a very interesting conversation about his patron and whatnot, and he put a mark on Akodo's arm that is supposed to keep his patron from taking over him, or something like that. I'm trying to find it here. And offered him an apprenticeship with the Brotherhood, which Acodo assures everyone he has no intention of taking up. Trym also got called into another room with Makath, where they kind of studied Tildon, who wasn't pleased with the whole study thing. Was overall not a lot happened. Trym felt like it was just pretty blah. She was expecting to try, somebody to try and tag her and bag her, and nothing happened, so. But then, whenever Makath returned to the room with everybody else, she explained that she found a symbol on Tildon that had, several words in it, meaning death, twin, mantle, tap, soul, birth. So we're trying to kind of figure out what that's about. And then Trym mentions that she had a dream a while back about Tildon sucking all the energy out of people, out of the party, and feeding it all to Acodo. And that turned into a really big discussion. And they had put Tildon in the bag of holding for that discussion, and now Tildon refuses to come out of the bag of holding. So Trym and Tildon are not on talking terms. Alright, so let us jump into voice chat and see what is going on.
Trym is one of a kind.
Oh, yes, I am. I don't know why you were saying that, but I'm just agreeing with it.
We were discussing whether or not we would invite one more person from the Wednesday group to come over.
Ah.
And saying how awesome it was that you had videos and they don't have anyone cool like you to do videos.
Ah. Special. I'll try not to let that go to my head.
The only reason I like a party of 4, I'll say that, but I also think that there will be times where having an extra body on board might not be a bad idea.
Right.
Though I'm thinking, well, maybe dragon fights, but also post-campaign.
Sorry, what did you say, Alvin?
You said revenant targets?
Yes.
Welcome to the party. By the way, don't worry about that thing chasing us. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I'm just being stalked by an immortal monster. It's like a freight train.
It'll be fine.
Totally fine.
It'll be fine.
Just look at it straight in the eyes.
Yeah, don't look away.
The Revenant is nothing compared to the Lich.
I disagree.
But the Lich isn't actually stalking us. It's more of a distant threat.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's true.
That's future Alvin's problem.
That
Current Alvin's problem is a Revenant.
Yes. Yeah, my hope is that, 1, you guys survive, and 2, then there's quite a few things that can happen still. Past the actual written campaign part.
Yeah, I'm personally a bigger fan of small groups, but I wouldn't mind a fifth.
Yeah, I'd say, if there's someone that, Alvin and Acodo think is solid and think would be a valuable addition to a group along with you, I'm open to that. Otherwise, I'm good either way.
Yeah, from what I've heard of the other people in the Wednesday group, it sounds like they're pretty awesome, so I'd be cool with that. Or cool with the smaller group, too. We can always bring in NPCs if we need extra help.
And my thing is that we basically lost all our utility stuff.
Right.
Well, and yeah, I think, obviously someone coming in ideally would have some of that utility, whether it's a rogue or a different bard or maybe a wizard, something somewhere in there.
I mean, we have a pretty solid makeup with just the four of us. But yeah, a little bit of utility. Because, I mean, Robin primarily just used Bane, I think. I think Kale was more helpful with haste and invisibility and such. But Acodo has invisibility as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll ruminate, and then when you guys take on these big monsters in the next tonight, then you can decide whether or not you need to. No, just kidding.
Ominous much?
When the Revenant kicks down the door.
Yeah.
We're all trapped in this 10x10 room.
No, dimension door. See you guys.
Half, go kill that.
Throw a rock drop at it.
Tilda, I really need to speak to you.
She might come out for Revenant, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Might be the only thing to get her and Trym back onto speaking terms again.
Why don't you just tell the Revenant's here and pull her out?
Oh, she would be so mad if she knew I lied to her.
But then she'd be out of the bag.
Yeah.
And then you could give her the chocolate and the flowers.
Right.
Smother the blade with chocolate.
That would be pretty disgusting. Okay. All right. So right now you are in the Arcane Brotherhood, essentially their conference room. No. And Kodo had wondered whether or not the door was locked when Macath had entered. As far as you could tell, there was not a sound of the lock being or a bolt being slid back.
Sweet.
You have time to burn before the Archmage. Was it the Archmage who decides? Over Wizard, something like that?
Wizard.
Over.
Yeah, so do we want to go to the trading post and try and pick up healing potions and stuff?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, and Trym did get an invitation to come to the temple of... Let me see, which one was it? Timora. So, she might want to go check that out too, still.
Trym is going to go cheat on Lathander.
Not even close, but she's a little curious as to why they would be trying to recruit her.
Wait, sorry, let me just get... Macath tells you that she's going to head to the library for a bit. And asks if you want her to send a messenger when the Overwizard has decided to use the teleportation circle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That would be great.
Thank you, Macath.
Alvin waves goodbye.
So yes, you guys can find that the door is unlocked, easy to get through at this point in time. And it is starting to get close to dark because you guys had arrived when it was almost a little before dusk, if I remember correctly. And second.
I want to see Trym use Drake Bane in a fight.
She is sweating about that inwardly. Yeah, she's a little scared at not having a big sword right now.
We need to make sure they take off these ribbons when we leave, too. Speaking of which, does Till Dawn have the ribbon on inside the bag?
Yeah.
Probably does.
So, is she just going to stay in the bag and keep the ribbon on forever?
I was wondering if I could persuade her out with that, but the problem would be whenever we come back to the tower, she's going to throw a ringtail fit about having to put it back on.
It sounds like her default state of being is throwing a fit, Trym.
Yeah.
I suppose the Hazaran was very reasonable and easy to talk to.
Yeah.
Very polite.
Very.
Didn't yell at me at all.
Even after he took over my body, he was very nice.
To quote Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, he may feel fair, but he is foul. I guarantee it. But she's happy when she kills things.
Yeah?
She sings songs.
Super reassuring.
Well, yeah.
That makes me feel
Not weird at all.
It's Till Dawn, who feels foul and may also be foul.
I mean, I kill stuff and you don't hear me singing songs.
Yeah, I kill stuff all the time.
But you guys aren't swords.
That's a very astute observation. Thank you for that.
You mean you're not wrong?
All right. So you guys come out of the tower. The people who were in the gardens and such are finished with their work. There is one person tending to the animals that are in cages. Looks like feeding them, providing them water. And actually, Acodo, you have been out this way as well, because when you went to go meet with the Archmage, this is where the person had taken you.
Okay.
Okay, so you cross outside the exit. The guards there are willing to remove the red ribbons. They tuck them away. One of them's all, where'd my Cath go? Are you guys just going to go wandering around the city?
Not wandering, we have destinations.
McCath would recommend that we visit the Red Dragon Trading Post.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you go by the ruins here, and Acodo, you recognize that that's kind of where you had gone to go meet the Archmage. He says, just follow the water. If you follow the water, you'll hit a bridge. Cross that bridge, you'll end up on Blood Island, and then you cross that bridge, and that's the Red Dragon Trading Post and Lodge is over there.
The what
You
island?
can't miss
Excuse
it.
me?
Blood Island.
Right. So follow the water, take a bridge, Blood Island, another bridge. There we are.
Yes.
Why is it called Blood Island?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it
All our islands have interesting names.
Is it because gray cats live there?
No. I think it's because it's the exit of the River Marar, and that's where the mining has come down, and some of the iron ore turns the water red some days.
Oh. That is much more benign than I was thinking. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, don't do an insight check on them.
Alvin believes him. So.
As we walk away, Aldrik whispers, also something about pirates.
Pirates.
I mean, it's common knowledge that Luskan's a pirate town, yeah?
Yep.
Not to Alvin. Pirates.
Well, no, but to pretty much everybody else who's been around, this whole town was kind of built by pirates. And so on islands would probably have a suitably colorful name, having been founded by pirates.
Pirates built towns.
Mm-hmm.
Is Luskan a port city?
It is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If you open the map there, you see it's at the mouth of the river Mirar.
Ah, I see it, yes.
And so it's flowing down from Mirabar. Mirabar is a mining town. So he might be kind of telling the truth a little bit.
He's all nodding yes. All right.
Okay, let's go to Blood Island.
Okay.
Trym will be sure to retrieve grog from the stables.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yes.
stables are outside of the main gate to get into the host tower.
Okay, she climbs into his saddle, runs a couple of laps around the group, and then says, "Alright, we're ready."
You have the ring of jumping now, right?
I do. I forgot to put that in.
So why do you just leap directly onto Krog's back?
Right. Would that affect him if I'm riding on him? Probably not, right?
I'm gonna have to look that up because certain spells that are cast on self affect Grog.
Okay. So that would be very interesting.
It'd be terrifying for an enemy. Have Grog leaping at them.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
All right. So you guys cross over. As you pass through parts of town, you do see the ruins that Acodo had gone into. They look very gloomy and dark at this time of day. And beyond them, you can see a lot of buildings in this town appear to be abandoned. That this town probably was thriving much more in the past, not too distant, but now it's much smaller. There's rooms and buildings that have been boarded up. But it's pretty easy to find your way to the bridge. It's the main bridge between the south part of Luskan and the north part. And Blood Island itself is large. It's got a couple of buildings on it as well, also boarded up, and then another large bridge. There's no guards on this section of town or bridge. There's a few lights, lanterns, but they're not very well kept. And anytime you see someone, they kind of just like disappear into the buildings or shadows, as if they're trying to avoid you.
Charming place, this.
Are they pirates?
I don't know. You could go ask them if you wanted to.
No, I'm okay.
That's probably smart.
There are docks as you come across to the north side of the city, and you can see some of the lights for some of the boats. There's some commotion on different boats, whether it's people unloading the boats or loading them up. Towards as you come off of the bridge to your left or to the west, there's a large tavern that seems to be very brightly lit, lots of noise. And then to the right or east, there is a 3-story building that has a red dragon across it that looks like it's seen better days. Part of the tail has fallen off, and it's not as red in some places.
Aldrik looks at the front and then looks at others. Huh, this is not quite what I expected.
Yeah,
Maybe it's nicer on the inside?
Maybe it's a pirate dragon.
I don't think the actual dragons are pirates. Alvin.
You don't know. Anyway, let's go inside.
As we go inside, Aldrik turns to Trym and whispers, "I'm sorry I mentioned it."
Trym chuckles and just pats him on the shoulder.
All right. Going in, this place has a low ceiling. It does have a lot of stuff, looks like associated with sailing on numerous tables. Some of it looks new, some of it looks old and used, and there aren't any other patrons here. There is a man who looks to be about middle age with white tufts of hair, though his face looks young. And he says, "Oh, latecomers. I was about to close the store."
Oh, well, hopefully you don't mind keeping up for a little while. We did come with some coin to spend.
That's fine. What ship are you with?
The Mega Daisy?
Oh my god, I forgot about the Mega Daisy.
Aldrik turns and looks at the others. No ship, actually. We just recent arrivals in the city.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't want any of the sailing gear?
No, we are actually recommended that this might be a good place to come by someone associated with the Arcane Brotherhood.
Oh, the magic-y stuff. Got it. That'd be upstairs.
Aldrik turns and looks at the others, a little confused, and then heads upstairs.
Yeah, Trym kind of cringes and then follows him.
Yeah, Acodo shrugs and follows as well.
So up the stairs, this place is better lit. It appears to have mostly clothing, and the guy down below says, "One more flight up, 3rd floor."
Thank you, matey.
Aldrik nods and keeps walking.
All right. You find the next flight of stairs, and this goes to a much smaller area. It looks like they sell a lot of herbs and things for component pouches, and components for spells, and as well as things for writing, calligraphy. There is a woman up there that would probably look a lot younger if she didn't look so stern. And she says, "Oh, how can I help you?" "Hello, how can I help you?"
Alvin pushes Acodo forward.
Oh, Acodo goes forward. Hello, good evening, right? We were wondering, we wanted to purchase some magical items. We wanted to see your wares.
Do you have coin?
Of course.
Well, you look like you have coin.
Alvin waves.
He doesn't look like he has coin. And those church people never really like to buy stuff.
You might be surprised.
We're here looking specifically for potions. And if you
I
haven't-
literally have more coin than I need.
Yeah. We just recently got done with a job. And she just winks. So we specifically would like to look at your potions, and if you have any boots that could make me run faster, that would be great.
Trying to catch a guy or something?
Absolutely. He has a wagon horde.
Aldrik just starts laughing.
Well, you know, I have a person who can do enchantments. He could make you the boots if you'd like.
Alright, I would like some prices quoted on that, if you don't mind.
Okay. What type of boots do you want? Do you want just the regular boots, or the ones that I've got some that are made of really fancy leather, soft, feel good?
Just some regular sturdy boots ought to do.
All right. Probably get you something like that for about 3,500 gold.
I will have to get the wagon horde first. Let's look at your potions.
That seems like then you are in one of those situations where you're putting the cart before the horse.
Well played.
Pirate joke.
That was great.
Acodo just burst out laughing.
Trym frowns at her. I'd like to see your potions now, ma'am, if you don't mind.
Sure. She brings out a box. She pulls it up, thumps it onto the table, and she says, the pirates, not the pirates, sorry, the sailors just came through and bought some of our wares, but we've got some stuff. What are you looking for?
Healing potions primarily. Though if you have any that could increase my speed, that would be helpful.
She has little legs.
I can see that.
Yeah, they're reasonable sized.
Okay.
They are precisely proportioned.
All right. Well, I do have here still 3 potions of healing, if you'd like them. And I don't have anything that increases speed, but I do have this filter of love.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, the greatest of Nitro.
Trym actually looks like she considers it for a minute, and then she smirks and shakes her head.
You have love in a bottle?
Well, it's temporary. So I also have a potion of superior healing. Only one of those left.
I think it would be safe to say we want all of the healing potions.
Yep, I think we would take that as well. Thank you. Do you have anything with regards to healing? Anything enchanted that might be of aid to our healing efforts? Something like that might aid in providing additional healing on a more permanent basis?
I'd have to talk to our enchanter to see if they could make something. I don't think that he usually does stuff for healing. He usually likes to make things that, work with fire or ice or lightning. He's really fond of the lightning stuff.
Oh, lightning, eh?
How long does it take to enchant something?
Well, it depends on how powerful you want it. It usually takes him about a week if he's working on just that. Now, if you want like 4 or 5 things, that takes a little longer. But
do you have any magical items in stock right now that you just happen to have available, or is everything that you have something that would have to be done by order?
Oh, I have some stuff available. Well, see, you just bought the healing potions, and you kind of laughed at the filter of love. I don't know why, but that's good stuff.
Do you have anything in the likes of, say, rings or amulets or gloves or clothing or anything along those lines? Weapons?
Weapons. Oh, yeah. We got something that we got from the drow. She wanted to turn it in. Um, I've got a tentacle rod for you.
And what?
She said a tentacle rod. Trym.
I heard. I heard. I'm just trying to understand exactly what that entails. Does it like sprout tentacles?
No, it has it here. Let me show you. And then she pulls out this rod that essentially has 3 tentacles on it.
Oh.
I just looked it up. That is fascinating.
Trym is kind of looking at it almost aghast and says, what does it do?
Do you want a demonstration?
That would be ideal, though not on me or any of my friends, if you have something else to try it out on. Here, use kale.
we might have a goat in the back.
I mean, you can just do it to me. It's fine. What does it do?
The rod?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can have each tentacle hit someone within 15 feet of you. It's got a good range.
Okay.
So,
That sounds pretty useful.
Yep. And then, if it succeeds, then, well, first of all, it does some damage. Of course, it does that. And then the other thing is, it can make their speed. It'll slow them down.
That sounds nice. Out of character, is it like when we say like rod, is that like a staff or a wand?
This
Looks
one,
like a scepter.
yeah.
Oh,
This-
so kind of like an in-between? Like a cane size?
Sure.
It's,
How long is it? Okay.
So the actual part of the rod that is not these rubbery tentacles is about 2 feet long.
Okay.
And then it's got these 3 tentacles sprouting off of it that kind of wave around in the air like Medusa.
Aldrik looks at it and just kind of grimaces.
That would be a great replacement for your sword, Trym.
It would.
Trym is grimacing.
Who needs a great sword when you have a tentacle rod?
Yeah, Trym is grimacing as well and staring at it. She says, how much are you wanting for it?
Nope, just 5,000 gold.
Jesus.
5,000? That's a ridiculous price.
Why is it ridiculous? This thing is strong. It doesn't. You don't need to sharpen it. What do you mean? And it slows down your enemy.
Does it though?
Only
Aldrich
hits.
shrugs.
Here.
It actually looks very impressive. I just don't know that it's quite what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Ew. What else do you got that's
Do
less
you have anything that might make
tentacly?
us? Do you have anything that might make us harder to hit or take less damage when things attack us?
You mean like armor?
Well, I was thinking magical things that might do that.
do you know any weapons that don't have tentacles waving around on them?
No appreciation. I don't understand this.
Something can really hurt. Can you try attacking me with it?
You want me to attack you?
I mean, you can try. How much damage does this thing do out of character? Is it like an actual weapon?
It is an actual weapon.
Okay, I'm curious to see how much it actually does. Does each tentacle attack separately?
Yes.
All in one action?
Yes.
Wow, so you get 3 attacks, and if you have 2 attack actions, you attack 6 times?
What?
Wow. Okay.
How much damage does it do? If it does a lot, then I can absolutely understand why this thing costs 5,000.
About to find out.
So, it does 1d6, but then whoever it hits has to do a Constitution saving throw, and on a failure, the victim's speed is halved, and it has disadvantage on Dexterity saving throws.
On every hit? So you have to make 6 saving throws?
Well, only if it hits. And you can't use your reactions for a minute.
Wow.
For a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Holy cow.
I mean, what I'm looking at, I just pulled it up, but you can't actually do multi-attack on it. You use your action to have it attack for you. So it's not an actual, like a weapon, it's a magic item.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Good to know.
No, honestly, this is really cool. I just don't think any of us would want it.
Yeah. Coda has no use for it.
I can think, I mean, if we were different kinds of characters, I think this would be great.
That's pretty interesting.
It's
Okay.
seriously one of the coolest items I've ever, I mean, just as far as fascinating.
Yeah, very cool. But I don't think, how much gold do we have?
But
We're not going to drop all our gold on a tentacle rod. No
never
matter how
that.
cool it is.
We've almost 20,000 gold.
Really? No, let's buy a tavern. That would be much better use of our gold.
It's also an investment, so yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, not interested.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite what we're looking for.
So, let me get this straight. You're looking for something cheaper.
I don't think
Yes.
cost you something more in line with our needs.
Which is cheap.
Aldrik hoshes Alvin.
Well, I have a wind fan, but that's not protective.
All those we make Cindy look up things.
Yeah, I know. So I'm about to say we're gonna have to
that's
do
fine.
a magic.
You
Yeah,
can
but-
you can put a small list and we can move on. But the rod of tentacles was cool.
That was very cool.
What did the guy say what the second floor was? It was just closed?
Oh no. Nope, it wasn't closed.
Yes,
Nope,
yes,
not
it was-
closed.
it was
There's
closed.
no close on that floor.
Excellent. Excellent.
You think you have eye patches?
Oh!
Yes.
Did you say eye patches?
Yeah. We're pirates, yo.
One of those little fake parrots.
Oh my god. Can I put like, is it like a parrot costume I could put on Bo?
Oh my word.
Yes, but I'm not sure Bo would like it.
I'm pretty sure she wouldn't. Anyways.
Has Bill grown at all, like noticeably?
From
That's-
when
that's
he
rude,
first
Aldrik.
got him.
How much does she weigh? How old is she?
She's matured quite a bit. I'll say that much. She's looking for a mate.
She is in the prime of her youth.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot about that quest.
I didn't. I just have no idea where to look.
Maybe we can find that pet person who was in the caravan when we get back to Waterdeep. Or some sort of exotic animals dealer who knows something about animals who can help us.
Yeah.
We did have an exotic animals book.
We still have it, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
We
Yeah.
need to give those books back to Boars. And
We-
by
yeah,
give
we-
back, I mean actually give.
Yeah.
We need to just unload a bunch of stuff, definitely.
Okay, are we just gonna skip past this, the shopping bit here?
We'll definitely purchase the potions, and then if that's all that they have, that's fine. But if you decide you want to put other things in the shop, that's fine too.
No, I'll put other stuff because this is, even though the town is not as big as it used to be, it is still a shop.
Okay, so what do we get? We got 3 potions of healing and 1 superior healing.
Yeah. I believe
Okay.
so.
So 50 apiece for the smaller ones, and the superior healing, if I remember, is 400.
Okay, so 550. Is that coming out of party funds? Yes. Imagine so, since we all use them.
Yes, party funds, absolutely.
Okay, do we want me to carry all of them, or do we want to spread them around?
No, not all of them. So you used all of the graders. You
I have 1 greater left.
All right, and we have 3 standard ones in our party inventory right now.
Outside of the 3 we just bought?
Yes. as
So we'll
far
have a
as-
total
yes,
of 6 normal?
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll have 1 superior as well.
Yeah, and sorry, and Cindy, how much did you say we paid for this?
So 50 each for the regular ones, and then the superior was 400. And then she hands Trym the rose-colored effervescent liquid.
Here's a sample. Just like a little vial.
She winks at you, Trym, and says, "Come back to me if you want more."
She'd be right back.
Oh, she missed all of that.
It's okay, we got it though.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if this lady has it or not, but Acodo would approach her and ask her if she has any magical scrolls. You just take a look at that.
Okay. I will put that in the magic shop. She does have a couple,
Sweet.
including, you're usually looking for ritual spells, correct?
Mhm.
Including a couple.
I'm genuinely curious what the filter of love does. Is it just a charm spell?
Yes. Essentially, the next time you see a creature within 10 minutes of drinking this, you become charmed by that creature for an hour.
Any creature?
If the creature is of a species and gender you are normally attracted to, you regard it as your true love while you are charmed.
That would look great
Ooh,
on
for
Kale.
10 minutes? Wow, that would have been a really good prank.
Damn it! Oh well.
Oh yeah, you still owe him for that letter.
I do.
Now I'm curious, if she tries to use it on Fergalus and it doesn't work, does that just mean he would never be attracted to Trym? 'Cause that's kind of heartbreaking.
Watch him drink it and then like be attracted to somebody totally
Well,
different.
it sounds like he'd still be charmed, but he wouldn't necessarily regard her as the love of his life, right?
And
Is
that's
that-
what would be injurious to her.
Yeah.
It does say if it's a species and gender you are normally attracted to, so it's got to be attracted to halflings.
So the charm works no matter what, but the love aspect is conditional.
Yes,
Okay.
and only an hour. Okay. So yeah, you guys head downstairs, dragging Acodo.
All that goes right past the second floor, doesn't even stop.
Acodo stops for a bit.
Yeah. There's nice clothing here.
Aldrik looks back up in size.
There's like two parts of the room. One that has very nice, expensive clothing, and the other part that has old pirate clothes.
Oh my god.
Alvin!
Alvin's looking at the old pair of clothes.
Kodo would we'll look at the clothes for a bit, but realize that party is a little bit pressed for time. So besides, he knows he's going back to Waterdeep, so he can spend as much time in the shops over there. But he does admire. He stops and admires the clothes and compliments the keep as to his selection. Makes his way downstairs.
Trym, the woman did give you the rose-hued effervescent liquid.
She gave me the love potion.
She did.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna be great.
Trym would 100% blush bright red and like tuck it away. With a thank you.
Yeah, she tells you there's more of that if you need it.
Thank you. I'm at a loss for words.
Is there a DC for it, Cindy? Or is it an
No.
auto success? Oh my god!
Oh,
what?
wow.
There's no DC on this.
Wow! Wow! Let me have one too.
I was gonna say, does a legendary resistance work or no? I mean, not that would be relevant to Trym, but
So, how...
It does not talk about a legendary resistance.
Okay. And how does it work?
well, she just told the three of us boys, but you don't really need to worry about it.
Yeah, just use it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
Here,
Just
I'll
use it.
put it in the.
Here, take a sip. Look at
Wait,
Grog.
remember, it has to be a species appropriate as well.
Listen, I'm not going to judge stream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The real challenge is getting the person you want to imbibe it.
It lasts an hour as well, I believe Cindy said.
Oh my
Like you say, how would you get a dragon to drink this potion? That seems like the real challenge.
Right.
Just buy a boatload of wagons, pile them up, wait for him to come.
Right. I'm sure she'll see him someday, but would she go that low? With a dragon? I mean, she wants to get a dragon head someday. She doesn't want a dragon taking her head for charming it. Yeah, she'll definitely tuck that away.
Nicholas is pretty good-natured.
Oh my gosh.
All right. What would you guys like to do next?
I think Aldrik doesn't have anything else he needs to do. He would plan on heading back, unless the party had other plans, like Trym's plan to go cheat on Lavender.
It's not cheating. It's gathering information.
We could also find somewhere to eat that's not mushrooms.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. We can stop for a meal on the way back.
So Alvin actually didn't eat any of the mushrooms.
They were quite tasty.
Okay. So, looking around as you leave the store, you do see again the one tavern, but there are other smaller shops. It looks like, but with lights on.
I think we can find any food around here without scurvy?
Do you know where the temple is?
I think so. Did the... Let me see, I'm trying to remember. Did the guy tell me where it was at, or is the information on the pamphlet he gave me?
Yeah, it's on the pamphlet. It's a small temple called Clearlight, and it is back across the bridge.
Okay. Yep. If you wanted to, any of you, if you wanted to, could come with me to the temple. We could see if we could find food there, or food on the way, or anything.
Yeah, I think we might find some on the way. Maybe somewhere a little bit nicer.
Yep.
Least likely to be robbed by pirates.
All right. So you guys head back over the bridges. As you get to Blood Island, there seems to be a crowd of people who are just gathered there. They are mostly men. A lot of them just kind of talking, but in loud, kind of not angry voices, but strident voices. And they seem to be discussing essentially who owns Blood Island and the passage through the bridges.
Turf
Oh my
war.
god,
Turf war, run!
gotta play the troll toll.
There's about 10 of them. And as you look beyond them, there's a few more people scattered on the bridge behind.
I guess we're just gonna try to walk by them without saying anything.
Yeah, let's.
Yep.
Just keep walking, pretend like we don't see them. Don't make eye contact.
No eye contact.
Alvin puts up his hood.
Walk it like we own it.
Acodo pretends to read his book.
Hey!
No one answer. Let's keep going.
Hey! You guys aren't from around here.
Keep going.
Yep.
Going.
I just keep walking.
Don't look at him,
Keep
Malmore. Just keep walking.
walking.
One of the guys in front of you, puts out an arm across the way.
Sure we are, matey. Ahoy!
Shakes his head and sighs.
Trym looks up at the man and glares and says, "We're trying to walk here. Do you mind?"
Souljack saying something to you.
I don't know a full jack.
It's the guy talking. Well, I'm talking now, but that other guy.
I didn't hear anything. Did you guys hear anything?
Mm-mm. I'm sorry, I was reading my book.
Hey, maybe he was talking to you.
No. At this point, a couple of guys come up behind you as well.
Oh, okay, well. There's something called personal space.
Trym turns and looks for the one that had been speaking to them. What was his name again?
Souljack.
Souljack. Okay.
Souljack.
I'll put it in the...
Okay. So she turns and glares at him.
Hey,
How's this guy look?
he looks actually pretty thin and lanky, but the guy next to him looks really big.
Naturally. I bet his name is Tiny.
Trym kind of if she can, if there's no one barring the way, she's gonna walk up to him, glare up at him, and say, "What?"
Are you with Grog or not?
Yes.
Okay. On Grog or not?
On Grog.
Okay. All right. So he actually is kind of looking up at you because on Grog you're taller than him.
So yeah,
And
she looks down at him, glares, and says, "What?"
you just came from the trading post.
Aye, you got a problem with that?
Yeah. I want to know what you bought.
Toothpicks. No, I got to get them back to where I'm staying. If you don't mind. My boys and I here are going to move along.
Alvin waves.
So the person blocking the bridge does not stop blocking it. And Souljack, are you sure they're toothpicks? They're known to cheat people.
Well, if they cheated me and my boys, then that will be their problem, not yours. Now, if you don't want me and my boys to become your problem, you had best step out of our way.
Okay, do an intimidation check.
Blah, don't fail me now.
Nice.
Pretty good.
He says, okay, just keep an eye out. Place doesn't have a lot of, why don't we say, people to keep it in order.
Her face softens just a little bit, goes from like the glare to just a stern look of superiority, and she gives him a curt nod. Thank you. And then she turns and goes toward the bridge.
He kind of makes a gesture and they part on the bridge and let you guys pass.
That was good, Trym. Even without your sword, you're still really scary.
Yeah.
I had to be scary because I didn't have my sword.
All right. So you guys continue essentially off of the bridge. The ruins are to the right as you come off the bridge, but in front of you, you can see that this was probably the marketplace when it was daylight. But there's no booths there. There's just a bunch of garbage and litter on the ground, and a couple of broken down stands.
Real quick, like if we're kind of out of someone's sight, and Alvin will try and block the view if we need to. But can whoever has the potions, like, just examine them real quick to make sure they're actually potions of healing?
That was
Sure.
what I was going to suggest.
Alvin will try and position himself to block them from any, Souljack or his type from looking as they do it.
Okay, Arcana check, please.
So Acodo will take one of them and examine it.
Nice.
Yep. The potions of healing look like they're real.
Okay. Does that include the superior?
The potions of healing look like they're real, including the superior.
Okay, just clarifying.
Kind of curious as to Trym's new potion, but that's fine.
Yeah. I want to know how badly that's
Yeah,
gonna
I
backfire.
don't know. Did we actually see Trym receive the love potion?
I would say you did with Aldrik did with his perception. Just don't know if Aldrik is brave enough to bring it up.
Probably not in front of everybody.
Alright, yeah, so I guess Acodo hands back the potions. Yeah, you're legit.
Oh, that's good. Maybe they just sell faulty toothpicks.
Aldrik just shakes his head and starts walking.
So are you going back towards the host tower, more into town, past the market?
So you're gonna find a place to eat, and then possibly on the way to Timoro's place.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Looking at the kind of like the little pamphlet that you got, it looks like Timora's place is off of the market by a little bit. The streets here are dark, so you would probably need to.
Yeah, Aldrik asks, "Do you want me to cast a light?"
Well, I can use my stone, and I've also got my lantern.
Okay, well, I guess you guys have that. She has that, and then the other three of us see the dark, right?
Alvin puts his goggles on with his head still up.
Malnor just stays near Trym.
Mama, you're so quiet. I forgot you were here.
So, Trym will turn her stone on to a medium setting. I forget all the quote settings on it. But, yeah.
Okay. All right. So the streets, like I said, are dark. Your stone does light things up. There seems to be a lot of alleyways that, and as I mentioned, abandoned buildings, things that might be a good place for an ambush. But as you head down towards what the map would say, or the brochure says, would be the Clearlight Temple, you see that the temple is not very well kept. It has it is 2 stories. It has very nice columns and such, but there's been things painted on them, and the door is to the temple is old. Doesn't look like it's been painted recently, and closed.
For a temple to a god of luck, this doesn't seem. They don't seem to be that lucky themselves.
I mean, luck could be good or bad, right?
Well, yes, but
Is the god of good luck?
It typically is the goddess of good luck.
Oh, goddess, excuse me.
I mean, luck is luck. It's fickle.
Should we knock?
I think we let Trym do the knocking probably, since she was the one invited.
Trym is the one who knocks.
Yeah, Trym will step up to the door and knock.
Okay. You knock, and you hear kind of like some shuffling. Then you hear someone, speak through the door. Who's there?
The name is Trym Oakstone. I'm a paladin of Lathander. I was asked to visit earlier today.
You have the wrong place.
I have a pamphlet that says this is the right place.
The door creaks open. You can see it's a halfling behind the door. And it says, okay, you might be welcome, but none of them.
Ah, what?
Why not them?
I'm very nice.
Yeah.
Are you vouching for them?
Oh, yeah. Well, They're my friends. Of course I'll vouch for them.
Let me see the coin.
Did the halfling that approached me give me a coin? Or just a parchment?
No.
So
No.
Trym just hands him the parchment. This is all I received.
Well, you don't look like you'd be that fast.
I'm fast.
What does speed have to do with this?
Well, the invitation is usually just to halflings.
Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Well then, if you guys aren't going to open up your door and invite us in and let us learn a little more, but I guess we don't have anything else to do here. So, let's go find some food.
We have gold coins.
You have gold?
Yeah.
And
Would you let us in if we gave you some gold?
Yeah. He opens the door.
Oh, that was easy.
Well, that was easy.
He's holding out his hand for gold coins, though.
Okay, how many would you like?
No, wait. Oh,
50.
Okay, here.
no, what? Alvin,
What? You said 50.
you can't just give a man gold like that.
So
That's a
he
lot of
pockets
money.
it.
Aldrik puts his hand up to his forehead and just looks down.
Trym's face
What?
palming.
You said 50.
Come on in. Come on in.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
I don't understand why you guys are so upset.
First to Alvin, you probably could have just given him 5.
He didn't ask for 5. He asked for 50.
50 gold is a lot. A lot of gold,
That's-
Alvin.
that's one healing potion, Alvin.
Okay. We bought 3 of those just a little while ago.
Yeah. Never mind.
An average day's wage for a worker is a silver.
Wow, this guy's a really good job.
Yeah.
All thanks to you, Alvin.
Well, that could help.
Let's just hope they put the gold to good use.
He leads you back. He says, "Oh yeah, for this you're honorary members. Come on in. Come on
Oh,
in."
see? Thank you. Oh, he's very friendly.
For 50 gold, just about anybody would be friendly.
Oh, that easy? Give 50 gold to everybody.
So you go in. There's maybe about 3 other halflings kind of in the back room. The temple itself is almost stripped of all furniture. It's just one big open room, but there's like piles of rags and garbage and things like that. It looks almost like storage that's been abandoned. He's all, "I'm Boyle. Come on. I'll take you to Benton."
How long have you guys had this place?
Oh, no one's been using this place for years.
Alright.
Yeah.
So was it originally the temple to Tymora?
Yeah. We operate a feeding center next door to help feed the poor.
The others puzzled by the connection between Timora and feeding the poor.
Listen, somebody's roll insight. Okay. Not Trym, apparently.
Yeah.
Alvin believes him. What a nice guy.
Jesus, I mean, Acodo can't do.
Trym
There we
is
go.
like staring at him suspiciously and then is leaning toward Aldrik. Are you buying this?
Acodo approaches Trym and says, "You know that pamphlet you received. What did it say?"
It just had some information on it about Tymora and where to find the temple. That's it. I mean, still, I'd rather stay here than at that tower. Yeesh.
Hey, we were hoping to be able to teleport tonight, weren't we?
Yeah.
Well, she said she sent a messenger for us.
If she can find you. Okay.
She didn't say that. They're magic. Magic can find us.
Yeah, Alvin, I know. I was going to suggest this is like they run a casino or something. It's like a underground casino.
I feel like they raise halflings down here. That's what it
I know,
sounds
right?
like. He's like, you don't look very fast.
Oh no.
I mean, if it comes down to it, Acodo would be with you, Trym.
Yeah, Alvin would absolutely put gold. He'd put like at least 50.
And
Since that's a lot.
again, you guys would totally lose it.
No, it's okay. Just ask if jumping's allowed. You're
Yeah.
golden.
Oh, that's
It involves
true.
using your legs, so, I mean, same thing, right?
Or see if they have a wrestling ring. I could do that.
You think they would let Alvin race?
So Aldrik Mister's back. I don't think there's been any feeding the dwarf for quite some time.
She's kind of looking around at the trash. It would appear so.
This
So,
is great.
yeah, the halflings towards the back, Boyle brings you guys in. This Benton, they contributed to the cause. And the one of the halflings kind of gets up from his game of dice he's playing with the other halfling. Huh. You know better than letting strangers in.
No, strangers are just friends you haven't met yet. Hello, I'm Alvin.
Yeah, I'm Benton.
I'm the person that was invited here in the first place, and these are
Yeah,
my
I can see why we'd invite you. I don't see why we'd invite them. And Boyle, like, kind of tips a finger, just shows just a little bit of the gold, and then flips it back. Just, but come on in.
Oh, thanks. Everyone's so nice here.
Trym is pinching the bridge of her nose at this point.
Aldrik says, I was thinking we should probably be getting back sometime soon. What do the rest of you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Aldrik.
So we haven't seen what they do here yet.
I think we've probably seen enough.
Yeah, I mean, could always come back
on.
later.
Come have a seat. Come have a seat.
Yeah, let's go sit. It'll be fine. Listen, just 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. What was the worst thing that could happen?
You say that.
Yeah.
I did say that.
So, they bring out more drinks.
Aldrik sighs and doesn't take any of the drinks.
Yeah, little tin cups with alcohol.
Do you have water? Just like,
Yeah,
just like nice, like, clean water.
yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Let me ask Eden to get you some. And he kind of shouts up. The room that you entered goes up multiple stories. It's one of these things that just opens up into a high ceiling, but there's balconies above. And this halfling woman, kind of peers over the side and says, "Yeah, I'll have someone send it down."
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you guys new recruits?
No, we are not new recruits.
She might be.
We're just here to learn more. Trym is like glaring at Alvin.
What? You got a pamphlet.
I got a pamphlet. I'm just here to learn more.
Yeah, so I said maybe.
So, actually, Eden comes down. She's a little shorter than Trym, but definitely not wearing all the armor. She does have a crossbow attached to her hip, and she says, "Well, we can always use an extra set of hands. Are you new to Luskan?"
Yeah, Yes. I don't think any of us have been here before.
Absolutely not.
I think we're just passing through.
Hmm.
Ah, okay. Well, then you wouldn't be a new set of hands. I think it is probably time for you guys to leave.
But we just sat down.
Well,
Eh,
we're planning on having a meeting here soon, and it's best not to have any strangers.
we need to go find something to eat anyway, Alvin.
Oh,
All
I
right.
can recommend a place.
Sure, go ahead. People are full of recommendations around this town, so why not?
So she looks closely at you and says, "Where else has been recommended to you?"
Oh, just, not so much places as just. Well, there was one place, and then there was a guy that was recommending we just be careful around town.
Apparently, people sell faulty toothpicks.
Trym is rubbing the bridge of her nose again.
Yeah. He goes, "Well, you don't look like the type that should be at the Cutlass, so avoid that. It's a very busy tavern, but busy with the type of people you don't want to associate.
Pirates.
I'd send you to the Seven Sails Inn. They have decent enough food. Just be careful. The Arcane Brotherhood keeps a close watch on that one."
Okay. Perfect.
That sounds like a decent option. Thank you for the recommendation.
Sure. I'm told by Boyle that you are quite generous to our poor and needy orphans and people that we have to feed.
It's good. He's generous. And she points at
Uh,
Alvin.
Thank you.
Aldrik turns and looks at them. I wasn't aware of the goddess Timora having a connection with the orphans. Is that a regular thing here?
Timora works in strange and mysterious ways.
Oh, yes.
We consider the orphans lucky.
You do? Oh, okay. How exactly do you? What exactly makes them lucky?
That we feed them.
That does sound lucky.
Well, I hope your meeting goes well for you. Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
gold. And with that, Trym is gonna turn Grog around and head back the way they came.
Aldrik stands up and leaves.
Okay, goodbye, Eden. Alvin waves.
Acodo stands up as well and follows the party, checking his pockets.
Wise.
Well, after we're outside and apparently away from everybody else, Aldrik will say, "If there are any orphans there, I don't know that they're being fed particularly well."
That's not good. Should we do something?
We're going to be leaving tonight. There's not a lot we can do.
I could give them 50 gold. That's a lot, right?
It is a lot. I don't think the amount of money is the problem. I think it's more of the desire of the patrons to feed them that might be the problem.
But if they have their own money, can't they buy their own food?
The problem with street orphans, Alvin, is that very often they're watched by their patrons like a hawk. So usually their patrons find out that they do have money, if they don't just automatically take it to their patrons and show it to them anyway. It's...
Oh. What if we buy 50 gold worth of food and bring it directly to them?
I think then you have to find those orphans.
Yeah.
I'd have to find them to get them gold in the first place.
Yes, I think that'd be part of the problem as well.
Personally, I wasn't seeing many signs of orphans there. And every city has its orphans, so... you're gonna feed
Okay,
one city,
Alvin
then you have to feed all cities.
That's a bit of a slippery slope, but fine. I'll leave it.
It's not pretty.
If we're going to feed orphans, I prefer to do it through a more reliable means, such as, for example, finding an organization that we know consistently and reliably feeds orphans, as opposed to an organization that has no reputation for doing so. Timora isn't typically associated with feeding orphans.
I'm sure those orphans will be very grateful that we went through the proper channels.
Well, whether they are or not, there's not a lot we can do here tonight. So, I suggest that we grab some food for ourselves and get back to that creepy tower.
Okay, Alvin frowns but nods.
And Trym kind of looks at Alvin and says, alright, I won't try to explain it much more to you. But we can't take care of all the poor and needy. They're always going to be there.
Alright, so we should turn a blind eye to those in front of us.
More importantly, those people back there are almost certainly running a scam. And I'm not sure there are any orphans at all that they're involved with.
Exactly. I didn't see any orphans there to turn a blind eye to.
But certainly, if we were to be in a situation where we had an opportunity to provide care for orphans in a way that we would be sure they would receive, I would be absolutely open to doing so, as such as we have done in Waterdeep and many other places.
You guys are trying really hard to convince me of something I already agreed to.
We're just trying to
It's
make
their
sure
conscience.
Trym just cringes and says, we're just trying to make sure you understand, because we've had all so
And make yourself feel better in the process, I'm sure. It's okay, I understand rationalization. Let's find somewhere to eat.
Trym turns around, just,
Aldrik shakes his head.
Alright.
darned if you do and darned if you don't.
So a little away from the temple, you appear to enter, or at least skirt around I'll call it a residential area. It's pretty run down. The houses are close set together. And about every third one is boarded up. But eventually, as you walk a little bit towards the host tower, you do find an inn and tavern. It looks like the inn portion is not really being used, but the tavern portion is. It's not as loud and rambunctious as the other place. But it definitely isn't the Seven Sails Inn, the little inn from the harbor.
Alright, do we want to go in and sit down and eat, or do we want to try to get, like, something that we can take out?
Like some to-go boxes.
I'm trying to think how you would do that in this
Let's get
world.
some turkey on a stick.
Right.
Oh, Alvin just needs some apples, and he's probably good to go.
Alright.
I can't imagine Acodo eating and walking at the same time. To
Nope.
be honest.
Okay, so you're going in to see if you can
Yeah,
just get...
I think going in to at least to sit for a quick meal. I don't think we're going to stay as long, probably.
And to clarify, this is the Seven Sails we're eating at?
It is not.
Oh,
Okay, do we want to go to the Seven Sails, back all the way across town towards the harbor, and cross the bridge and talk to Souljack again?
No.
No. If this
No, if this place looks reasonably nice, that it might have decent food, then let's go in and just grab a quick bite.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, the smells coming out of the kitchen don't smell that bad. It is called the Toad and Mead, and you cross into the threshold. It is well lit. The floor doesn't stick to your feet. All good signs. About half the tables have people at them. Not everyone looks sullen or cranky. They're chatting. Most people are drinking, and behind the bar is a woman with a apron, and she doesn't look unfriendly, though she also doesn't look friendly. Find a table wherever you want. I'll send someone to you.
Aldrik waves and nods his hand and heads down to sit.
It's easy to find a table. You do notice that there seems to be more tables free on the left side of the room, where there's a couple of tables that are taken by people in the almost, I don't want to say uniform, but what you saw people at the Arcane Brotherhood wearing. Though they seem to be ignoring it all. A young woman comes by and says, "Well, you missed the main meal, but we do have other stuff on order. Were you looking for anything in particular?"
Just a good meal.
And some fruit, if you have any.
Oh yes, we have fruit. So we have roasted goose, and then the rat stew.
Okay.
Alvin's.
What was
The
that?
blood drains out of Alvin's face.
Trym starts chuckling.
I missed that. What kind of stew?
Rat stew.
Ah.
Our cook came from the Fried Rat restaurant. It used to be very famous in Luskan, but it burned down.
An expression of growing horror is appearing on Alvin's face.
Trym kind
Relief only at the nose that has been burned down.
Trym takes a deep breath and says, I think we'll take the goose.
The
Cut him
goose,
nods.
yes. Sounds good.
Okay, and apples or any fruit.
Apples would be fantastic.
Okay.
Ideal, even.
She says, apple. So she goes back. She returns with meat or poultry of some sort on a plate, some potatoes, and some greens that are kind of wilted.
And by poultry of some sort, you mean goose, right?
Go ahead, do a nature check.
Oh.
Whoa. It's good to be among.
Does it look like it's remotely the right size to be a goose?
The answer is no. It doesn't look like the right size to be a goose. It does look like it is bird related. Yes,
Like it might be like a gull or something like that?
It's a
Or
pigeon.
pigeon.
It's like a rat that had like wings.
Yeah, it's exactly. Flying right.
Oh yeah, that's what a pigeon is, yeah.
Trym is going to, before anybody touches anything, and once all the food is there, she's going to cast Purify Food and Drink.
Okay.
Just to be safe.
Yeah.
Hey, I've seen Acodo do that as a ritual.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that too, Trym.
It's very impressive, Trym.
I cast it as a spell. It's a little faster than a ritual.
Oh yeah, yours is much faster.
Yeah, did you notice it didn't take her 10 minutes to do it?
So she did bring one apple that looks like it's a little bruised and has seen better days, but she also brings you a handful of grapes.
Oh, thank you. Everybody likes grapes.
So, and once Trym is finished casting that, then she'll say, alright, should be good. So, dig in. While we can.
Dinner passes pretty
Alvin looks at
uneventful.
his quote-unquote goose and shrugs and goes in and eats it anyway.
One of the people from the Arcane Brotherhood nearby, kind of about halfway through your meal, gets up and leaves. And then the other person from his table waits a few minutes, seems to be watching you guys a bit, but then also gets up and leaves.
Do we recognize them at all?
Do a history check. Yeah. Actually, one of them does look like one of the people who was gardening outside the tower.
Oh, okay. Owen waves.
He does not wave back.
Rude.
Okay. Eventually, McCath and Rock drop up here. And she says, I heard I could find you here, though it surprises me that this is where you would choose to eat.
It was readily available. Let's put it that way. I don't think I'll eat here again, though.
Alvin tries to offer Rockdrop a grape while the others are talking.
Oh, Rockdrop would definitely eat it. And with his mouth full,
You're welcome. Much more polite than those guards.
She says, okay, the Overwizard says that we can use the teleportation circle. He does want to charge something. I turned over what we had for I'm hoping. I told him we would turn over everything that we found that originally did belong to the Arcane Brotherhood. But he would like one other item. Do we have anything extra that's magical that he might consider payment?
Hold on, Aldrik looks through. I've got a scroll of lesser confusion. Would you like a scroll?
Of lesser confusion?
Yes.
He might find that interesting.
Fantastic. He's welcome to have it.
Oh, perfect.
So you guys follow her back to tower. You actually go up quite a few stairs, and then there is kind of like a bridge that leads to the central building from the tower. And at this height, the central building, which has narrowed, is essentially a room that has entrances from all four towers and a teleportation circle in the middle. The cat says, Rockdrop and I will go with you to Waterdeep, but we probably will not be staying long.
It's okay. I just have some people who would be very grateful with a chance to meet you.
And I think you would find meeting with them quite educational as well.
She nods to someone off to the side, and the teleportation spell is begun. Takes a little longer. It seems to be based on a slightly different type of magic, but you go from Luskan to Waterdeep and appear at the teleportation circle in Waterdeep.
Yay! Waterdeep.
Do we suffer any effects from teleporting?
No. So the person at the circle in Waterdeep says, we weren't expecting anyone. Is someone calling for you?
I don't disagree.
Aldrik sighs. Acodo.
Acodo. I guess.
Out of character, I feel like I'm pretty sure I've asked this before, but we have no official writ or anything. Wait, didn't we get a writ?
Yeah,
from Council Court?
we do.
Yeah, show him that. Show him that thing.
Yeah, Acodo pulls out the writ. Shows it to the guy.
No. He almost looks disappointed. Says, okay, looks like you don't need anyone to meet you here. But we might get a guard to escort you. Where are you headed?
What time of day is it?
It's night. It's
Night.
probably it's not midnight. It's later night.
Maybe to your aunt and uncle's place.
Yeah.
Acodo?
Kodo looks at him and says, the Newser household.
Okay, we'll get you a carriage.
Thank you.
So transportation is arranged, and you guys head towards the Newser's household. As you approach, you see that the household is dark.
Hopefully Acodo remembers how to do the awards.
Yeah.
I was thinking the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Yeah. Kodo waits until everybody goes in, and then Kodo sets up the wards.
Well, we should knock first. It's dark, right?
Plus,
Let's
you know,
bust
to,
into
like,
their house.
access the wards.
No, that's true.
Savages.
I was thinking, like, when I go to like my aunt's place, I have to remember the password to her garage so we can get in.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it isn't for Akoto since he's lived there so long. The wards are activated
Oh, okay.
to let him and whoever's with him in immediately. All right. So, Akoto, do you knock on the door?
Yeah, I'll knock.
Okay. There is no answer.
Okay. Well, I guess Kodo looks at the group and shrugs and opens the door.
It is dark. You come into the common, very familiar entranceway. Kale goes running to his room and says something about he's not sharing. And then the rest of you are in the entranceway.
Aldrik says, not sharing. Aren't all the rooms just like some sort of dimensional thing anyway?
What? No, they're actual rooms.
Yeah,
wrong with
they're
you?
rooms.
Right over here, see? There's the West Hall. Right over here, bunch of rooms.
It's entering that's kind of like the dimensional thing, because the house itself is much larger than what you see from the street.
Okay, I thought I remembered, well, like when we first started this, Carmen saying something along the lines of like when they needed extra rooms, they just like added them, and that was
Yeah, in the back, in the courtyard.
like the first time we were here. Like,
Yes.
weren't we like sort of like off of the roof or something? They just kind of added some extra rooms.
Yes, and also boars had grown that kind of like treehouse thing, which we took down. They grow extra rooms when they need to, but currently there doesn't seem to be too many extra rooms.
So, Kodo waits until everybody goes in and, set up the wards again.
Akodo, about those wards. If I wanted to leave and come back, would I be able to do that freely, or would the wards prevent me?
You would do that freely, but the thing is that I would have to set them up again.
I see. Okay.
Do you plan on leaving?
No, I won't.
Well, if you do, let me know.
Alvin just looks distracted.
Oh god, no, I'm using the luck on that one.
And then
Oh,
you guys were killed by assassins that night.
There we go. Oh, that would have not been good.
McCath says, I'm not sure I should be here. I think I should go to an inn.
I can take you to the yawning portal if you want. That might actually solve my problem as well.
Do they accept kobolds?
I have no idea, but I can go in and ask ahead of you if you like.
They did accept Snapjaw, I think.
That's true.
Yeah.
It seemed like they were open to lizard men.
Okay.
Okay. I'm great at water deep directions, so I will take you straight there with no detours.
Okay. You could hire a cart. If you remember, in this area, carts go by quite frequently.
Okay, that's probably faster anyway. So yeah, Alvin will do that. And Alvin has no idea how much it costs, so he'll just take the first price for whatever.
Like
Yeah.
50 gold.
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Yeah, it actually is not that far of a distance. I don't know if you remember when Acodo was first giving you guys the tour of
Oh,
places
I do remember, but I don't know if
yawning
Al.
portal, but it was a very short distance between the Noosers and the yawning portal. So the guy only charges you a couple silver.
Before Alvin leaves, Trym just taps him on the hand and says, "Be careful.
I will be.
There's lots of things that lurk in the dark, especially in
Mm-hmm.
the city."
Like revenants.
Yeah,
Yes.
or worse.
I don't think there's worse.
There's worse.
Never met anything worse.
Not yet, and hopefully you won't.
Here, thank you for the reassurance, Stream. I feel much better now.
She just grunts and says, "Be careful."
Before the group enters, I guess Acodo will look to Malnor and say, "You are free to go to see your family if you'd like.
Oh, yes.
I will see you tomorrow morning."
Here,
Of course.
he takes off down the
Bye.
village streets. He is not heading towards the villa. He is heading towards probably the poorer parts of town.
Dakota, we have a decent amount of money. We could probably make some arrangements to improve his living situation. It might make him feel better.
I've paid his monthly fees. What was it, 150, right, Cindy?
I'd have to look it up.
I think I gave him 150 gold. But yes, I would give him a bit more since I actually haven't visited his family, right? No. I will do that tomorrow.
Germs
Until he finds out that it's in a dirty part of the city. Then
It
he
is
turns around
in
and
a
says, "No."
dirtier part.
No.
It's more towards the docks. Yeah, Malnor did not want his kids to be raised at the villa.
Wow, that's smart of him.
Is there like a couch in the parlor or something? But
There's a couple of couches in the library. There
Yeah.
is, let's see. Meredith was staying in a room. You don't know if she's still here.
Trym is going to avoid her, probably.
Is it pitch black right now, or is it like a couple candles lit or anything?
There's no candles lit. I would assume you might start lighting some things as you came in.
Yeah, Acodo would start casting Presto on the candles, lighting up the room, and he'll just yell out a bit, not too loud or anything. Just say, "Auntie, Uncle, we're home," I guess. See for any type of response.
Yeah, there's no response.
Well, they appear to be out and about somewhere.
Maybe in the workshop. Is the door to the workshop closed?
It is closed.
Well, I guess
While we're waiting, do you think we should maybe at least start unloading those books there, kind of in the tables in the library, so that your uncle can make use of them when he deems fit?
yes, that would be great. Acodo will head over to the library.
Aldrik will help him unload everything.
Trym will help as well.
Aldrik keeps the couple of books that he had, but everything else, let's go.
Okay.
Though,
All right.
If
Actually,
Trym does see
I
that
think
book,
the only book I have is probably the Runemere book.
if Trym does see that book about the exotic animals, she'll probably hang on to that for the moment. Actually, keep it out so she can read it or read some of it before she goes to sleep. That was one of the ones she was interested in before.
So, if there's any books that you, I will admit I have not done all the handing books, but if there's any
We're
books,
really upset that you haven't gone through and created all of these 100 books that you gave us.
Yeah.
but if there's any books that you want to keep in the party library and shove it in your folder, pretend it's in your backpack, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep the Runir book.
Okay. So we can do this a couple of ways. We can move forward to morning.
Yeah, I don't have anything else I need to do.
Yeah, I mean, Coda's just gonna wait until his aunt and uncle emerge from the workshop. Which I'm guessing they're in. But he'll wait for them in the library.
I'm guessing they're not around at all.
Yeah, more likely. But yeah, he'll wait a couple of hours. Maybe like 2 hours or so.
He'll be like the parents, like waiting up for the kids to come home, like just sitting there with the light on,
with a very disappointed face.
Like,
well,
like-
actually,
falling
I'll have-
asleep in the chair.
yeah, I'll just have the candles light off, and then as soon as they walk in, I'll just presto a candle on.
Yes.
Do you know what time it is?
And Trym will camp out in the library on a cushy couch and be reading that book until she falls asleep. And then her and Grog, I'm sure, will snore.
All right. Okay. I will say that it comes to morning and there's no sign of the noosers.
So basically, Acodo spends all night. He falls asleep in the chair. He doesn't sleep in bed. His robes are like all wrinkled from having slept in a chair.
Would Acodo know if Boris and Carmen spend like lots of hours in the workshop without emerging? How long they would be in there?
He's known them to be in there for a day. But usually one of them will come up, get food, bring it down, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Go ahead, do an investigation check.
Okay.
All right. Looking now that it's more daylight and you're paying attention to it, you notice that it is locked, but locked from the outside, not inside.
Yeah, I guess Coda will point that out. I mean, if anybody else is awake, point that out that there's a lock on the outside.
Yeah, and Aldrik tells
Guess Coda would open the lock. Take a peek in there.
Okay. Yeah, so you do have essentially access to the workshop if they had given you the magical key, because it's not a physical key, but the ability to break the seal and go on down to the workshop. The workshop actually seems quiet. It's a long way down the ladder, but it is not lit. It doesn't seem the air's almost a little stale, like no one's been down here for maybe a week.
And Nakata would know that it's regularly used, isn't it?
Yeah, like almost daily. The only room in the house used more often is the library.
Yeah. Well, Nakata comes back up and says, it looks like it hasn't been used in about a week or so, which is odd because it's used daily.
Well,
Do you think maybe they're off on another one of their side missions?
It could be. Acodo heads over to their room and sees if any of their clothes is missing from their from the closet or anything like that. Any of their luggage is gone.
would they have left
You
a
go into
note
their
in
room.
Yeah,
I'm, just,
I mean,
I'm checking.
Wait, no,
I'm
no.
checking this.
not in their room, but I mean, like if the door is closed, he'll knock.
Okay. I would say in your many years there, you've never been inside their bedroom. I can say this right now.
Whoa.
Okay. But yeah, when you knock, there's no answer.
Yeah, it might seem that they are away.
Might they have left you a message anywhere? A
Well,
note on the kitchen bar or anything?
it's weird. I mean, Acodo pulls out the scroll that Boris gave him. I mean, if he would have sent me a message, it would have come in through this.
Right. There, actually, I'm going to say there actually is one.
Okay, well, which of course I have read, apparently, right? That says that we will be at the villa.
Oh,
Okay, so I might have to um, put a pin in this because I've got two. The lines need to sync up. But
Mhm.
so would you head over to the villa in the morning?
Well, at first, I'd like to, I don't know if anybody else is coming, but I mean, just get a figure or see what everybody else is doing before heading.
Aldrik's the only thing that I at some point we need to make
Oh.
let the council know that we're back and make arrangements to speak with them. Other than that, no.
Okay, you could send a messenger for that. And sorry, let me correct myself, Acodo. The message says at the Regent
Oh, okay. It's gonna go to
house, essentially, not the villa.
I was wondering. I was like,
that sounds
what?
way better.
Because the
I was
losers would not go to the villa.
Okay,
They're not welcome.
okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, so we will have Aldrik sending a message off to
Up to the council to let them know that we've returned with
Right.
Mika.
So I will tell you, probably they already know.
Sure, but it's also it's kind of like a plague thing and
Yes.
to request a time to meet with them.
Yes, an audience with the
Right.
council.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you send that off. McCath is still at the yawning portal, and is everyone at next session going to be going over, or in between sessions, going to be going over to the Regent House?
I think Trym would, yeah.
Yeah,
Quite a
I
way.
would as well. I mean, at some point, if we have time, I'll go back to the Temple of Lathander, but checking in on what's going on there would be high priority with the group.
Okay,
Right.
sorry, I'm laughing because I forgot there is something that went on with the Temple of Lathander while you were gone, but we will cross that bridge later.
Yeah, I'm wondering how things have been going since the last blow up they had there.
I mean, at this time, I might even suggest that everybody else joins us.
Yeah, we probably would at some point. But yeah, we would go to the Regent, I guess, first thing in the morning. Regent House.
Yeah, and I believe Acodo had Jano stay with the in the Regent Villa, correct?
Yes,
That's right, you did.
you
So-
did. And
yeah,
so I will tell you, you can tell from your ring that that's the direction he's in.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And Malnor would have arrived back at the Noosers in the morning.
Mhm.
And so we will. It's a short session today. We'll finalize the possibility of someone else joining in the interim, but we'll also plan for the trip over to the Regent in the interim as well.
Sounds good. I'm not going to complain about extra sleep, so no problem.
All right. Any questions?
The scrolls that I saw on Luskan, are they updated in this on the Magic Store, or is it somewhere
No.
else?
No, I have to put. I
Oh.
will update. I will update them in the Magic Store. I need to make a Magic Store.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
think the one that's there is not from Luskan, correct?
Yeah, it's for Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's the last time we went to the place here.
For the Thayan. Yeah.
Oh, you like them. No, just kidding. Okay.
That's when we got the we picked up that ring of evasion and the goggles at night.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kale's belts of necessary.
Oh, yes. You might want to redistribute that.
Did we get the ring of evasion?
Yeah, we did.
Who has it? Do you have it?
I
Oh,
have
okay,
it.
okay.
And that's where you got the.
Unfortunately, the Rontator didn't do anything that involved me having to evade.
Yeah, unfortunately.
There's always another time.
Okay, we can talk about redistributing that stuff later, though.
Yes.
That stuff being
especially-
Kale and Robin stuff.
Well, I mean, Kale. I mean, I would say they keep what they have. I mean,
I would
It's
like
not
the
like
red
we-
worm ring that Robin has.
I think the red worm ring does need to come out of Robin.
Yes, 100%.
yes. But I mean, like the gloves of necessary. I think, Kale could probably keep as part of Kale's stuff.
I don't think Kale would mind lending it to us, but that's fine with me too.
Okay. Hey, sounds good.
Okay, so let's do this. Let me just quickly. I'm gonna change the.
Oh, I do think at some point after they got to the newsers, Trym would try to get Aldrik off to the side somewhere and pull out that love potion and see if he could identify it for sure.
Aldrik or?
Aldrik.
Oh, okay.
So on one hand, you choosing me probably makes sense. On the other hand, yeah, this is an Arcana check, right?
Yes. Yes. But I could see Trym not caring because right now she doesn't want to show Acodo.
Yeah, Aldrik's kind of her priest that she confesses everything to.
Did Alvin see Trym get the potion?
No, I was going off perception. It was a high one.
Can I also cast Detect Magic?
Yes, you could.
I mean, that's not going to tell me, like, it's definitely a love potion, but it might tell me at least that it is, in fact, magical, not colored liquid.
True. Yes, it definitely comes across as magical.
Aldrich shrugs and says, can't tell you if it's a love potion. It's definitely magical.
Well,
And
alright.
enchantment. We'll say enchantment.
Yeah, sorry, what was that?
And enchantment.
Yeah, it clearly has an enchantment associated with it. The color looks like it might be a love potion. This really isn't my area of expertise, Trym, as you so artfully pointed out some time back.
Oh, okay. And the other thing is, before Macath left, I forgot to say this. Before she went off to the yawning portal, she did tell you, Acodo, with everyone
yeah.
around, that she did not want to say anything while she was kind of within the range of the Arcane Brotherhood, but the Archwizard often would use glyphs to help to control people.
Okay.
So, and one trick he had was having it triggered by a dispel magic spell other than his own.
Oh boy.
Oh, so
Nice.
You've got to stop trusting witches.
Well, yeah, this is true.
so
To be fair, I rolled a 21 on my insight.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, you
That
did.
one's pretty good for me. I mean, that's like top tier. But, well, I guess he did a really nice deception check.
Or he has a legendary.
Ah!
Oh,
Ah!
yeah.
He is the Archmage of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you can do that at like level 12, right? No big deal.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if I had my mask, I could have done that as well. But oh well. Looks at Trym.
Hey!
Wasn't Dream's fault.
I
In the
lost a good javelin out of that, I'll have you know.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
I'm feeling bad. All these good things you guys are just.
You know, you have something to do with this. You do have control over this.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't like, gosh, I have no idea how you lost those things.
I know how you lost them, but sometimes you risk things.
Alvin stuff is safe.
Yeah.
Alvin
For
stuff is
now.
on him at all times. His staff is like his teddy bear.
At one time, Colt Bane was
Does he like stroke it as he goes to sleep and like snuggle up with it?
No. Don't be ridiculous. He just hugs it.
Oh, okay.
Trym used to do that with Colt Bane.
Aww.
Yeah. The thing is that you bet your teddy bear.
Guess we didn't see that we were gonna lose.
Oh,
She just
Never take
trusted-
that risk.
She trusted you so much, and you just
He
let
was
her
part
down.
of the fight too. I was the last one standing.
Okay, and I just saw that. Okay, so Alvin, you returned back to the Newsers, right? That night. Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
No, yeah, he would. He would knock and hope that he wouldn't wake Acodo. But apparently he wouldn't, since Acodo was still up
Yeah.
anyways.
Dakota opens the door thinking it's the Newsers.
Why would the
It's
ninjas
Alvin.
knock on their own door, Acodo?
I know. I mean, you never know. I don't know. I'm tired.
And Trym would probably make sure that Grog understood if he heard Alvin come back in to check on him. Otherwise,
Alvin gives Grog head scratches. You're a good boy, yes you are.
he would look at Acodo like, see, everybody else loves me.
Coda just furrows his nose.
Acodo. Look, his fur is actually very soft. Look,
Mm-mm.
come here, pet it.
No. Oh, okay. Good.
You lich. Oh my gosh.
What I'm wondering is that Acodo wants to go on a little shopping spree, but Till Dawn is currently occupying his bag of holding, so whenever he puts something in there, that's going to be an interesting conversation.
Right. Yeah, I do think the next morning Trym will try to coax her out again because she is feeling really vulnerable without her greatsword right now.
Do a persuasion check.
Okay, I can do that.
There's always the other sword in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, nice roll.
That's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
You have a 6 to persuasion?
I do. I
You need to
originally-
persuade things more often.
Yeah, I originally built her in mind that I was going to use a lot more charisma. And I don't with her, so... Yeah.
She's
Well, then-
charismatic.
I mean, some of that might be changing coming up, given change in party composition.
Yeah. So... She definitely used a little bit more of it today. So...
Okay. So, yeah, you pulled Tildon out. Tildon still has the red ribbon around her.
Oh no!
Oh, is it removable?
When Alvin was studying it is on there good. It's not coming off conventionally.
Oh no.
Maybe Makoth knows something, but I mean Alvin's not magical, so maybe you magic types know something more. But when Alvin was testing it,
Maybe
that thing
Aldrik
wasn't going
can
anywhere.
try to dispel magic and fail it like 5 times.
Yeah,
in a row.
use all your spell slots on it.
Yeah, I could check it out. Maybe see
Yeah,
if.
go ahead. Do an
Yeah.
Arcana check.
Alright, so.
If you dispel the magic containing the soul inside Tildon, and it breaks free and kills us all.
18.
Okay. Yeah, you think a dispel magic should work to get rid of this ribbon, and it probably is not a very high level spell. Too
Does
expensive.
Trym ask Aldrik for help?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if she can't rip this ribbon off with just bare strength.
I imagine Trym using her teeth, just like,
Yeah.
just like growling as she's trying to her and Grog each have one end.
Akodo's like, let me look at it. Stop that.
Trym, go ahead, do a strength check. I've got to give at least that a try.
Okay. Just straight strength.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll a natural 20 so badly. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, you're gonna need some help.
So yeah, she'd probably
Could
take
just-
it to Aldrik, and after Acodo checked it and explained that it was magical to her, because
Yeah.
that didn't occur to her.
Kodo uses his mage hand to to lift the ribbon up. He's not touching that after Tryn's mouth has been on there.
And then she.
Aldrich says a quick prayer and then casts Dispel Magic.
Yeah, it is not a high level spell. But it is.
You say that, but just
do
wait.
not underestimate.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. The ribbon just kind of falls off and lies limply on the floor.
Good.
It's too bad we couldn't find a way to maintain the magic. That we could just tie it on an enemy's weapon.
Trym takes it and wraps it around one of Grog's ears and makes a cute little bow.
Oh,
Oh, well. Okay,
Alvin thinks it's adorable.
that's not going to help at all. Now he's just a stinky dog with a ribbon.
No, he's so cute.
Ya lich. So.
Does Tildan's opinion of Aldrich improve at all from him helping remove the ribbon?
Actually, yes. I just saw Trym's feign pain, and I look in there. Your cleric is acceptable.
Acceptable. All
Oh,
right.
what about Acodo?
What I strive for in life. I strive for acceptable.
I would like you to tell Tildan that I feel like its opinion of me is unfair.
Yeah, I think Trym would actually tell Aldrik that. She would chuckle slightly and say, Tildan says you're acceptable.
Aldrich nods. Oh, good. I've always striven for acceptable in my life.
Well, I think you're exceptional, but her and I have a difference of opinions anyway.
I was
All
going
right.
to say something, but she wouldn't know about the filter of laws. Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.
Okay.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Mm.